Hi everybody, I'm Janine Davis of James Davis and Associates. I believe everyone can succeed and be happy with the right encouragement, inspiration, and motivation. I'm here today with another episode of Today on the Blog. Two great articles on the blog today. The first one is all about taking action now and having a plan. The second, of course, is another one of our Miracle Morning activity posts. Now let's talk about the first one. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Everybody has heard that saying. So prepare for success and make a plan. I mean, like I said, stop believing that myth that you're one of those people that works under pressure best and you do your best without a plan when you can just jump in and fight. That's just not true. It is true that you can do great work when you're under pressure. Lots of us do. But if you want to talk about the best work possible, the very best work you can do, that's work that you do with a plan. I mean, when you work without a plan, you're under stress and you've got the adrenaline rush going and your blood pressure's up. And all of that negatively impacts your breathing, your heart rate, your ability to think and to recover. If you work with a plan, you really are at your best. And if you work with a smart plan, that's even better. A smart plan, you know what it is. It's specific. It's measurable. It's achievable, attainable. It's realistic, and it's time-bound. When you take the time to create a smart plan to get something done, you're more likely to get that thing done, and you're more likely to have better results. Because you're taking your time, you're using your full brain power. You're not distracted about trying to put out fires and solve horrible problems that came up because you didn't have a plan. So always make a plan. The Boy Scouts say it all the time, be prepared. That's what it is to have a plan. You're prepared. You have a plan. You're ready to take action now. So that's what you need to do. I mean, some plans can be very quick plans. So that if you want to, it's not labor intensive, in other words, to create all plans. So if you're going to wash all the dirty dishes in your sink by 8 p.m. tonight, that's a smart plan. It's specific. It's achievable, it's measurable, it's time-bound, it's realistic. Other plans do need to have time. They do need time, research, and resources in order to make them smart plans. For example, a business plan, a major startup or expansion for your business, the plans to build a house. Those are things that require time and research. You don't want your architect winging it when she's trying to design your new home. You want her to sit down, you want her to think, you want her to have the building codes at her disposal, you want her to know about the community you're living in and the budget she's working with. That's not something you want her rushing the last minute to do 5 minutes before she meets with you. All over the world, people have dreams and they have big, grand plans. Some of these people reach their dreams, and some people continue to dream forever without ever reaching their goals. One of the main differences between these two groups of people is those who plan and then act on those plans and succeed, and those who don't make a plan. They just act, and they're less likely to succeed. Look at what you're doing at home and at work. Be honest with yourself. No matter how well you do under pressure, no matter how well you do doing things on the fly, wouldn't it be better if you worked with a plan? And if you're honest with yourself, you have to admit that it's true. I mean, Benjamin Franklin is often quoted as saying, measure twice, cut once. The meaning of that is if you take the time to properly prepare in advance, you only have to do the job once. Another famous saying from him is, if you don't have the time to do it right now, when will you find the time to do it a second time, right? Because if you don't do something right, you have to do it again. That takes more time, more effort, more resources. It's much better to come up with a plan and do it right the first time. Look at your life and everything you have going on personally and professionally. Get out your calendar. Doesn't matter if it's electronic or one of those beautiful leather-bound planners that everybody's into, or even a simple spiral notebook you snatched from your kids' leftovers. Get your calendar out and plan how you're going to get done what needs being done in your life. At my house right now, I need to clean the living room, I've got dishes to do, and I've got meals to prep for the week. Yeah, I should have done a meal prep Saturday and Sunday, but I didn't. So now I have to plan out how I'm going to get that done this week. Same thing with my business. I've got some presentations to do for clients. I have an expansion I want to look at for my business. So I have to sit down with the calendar and see when am I going to have time to do each of these things. I want everything done correctly, so I have to come up with a plan. Because I've only got 24 hours in a day, so I don't have unlimited time to do everything I need done. So I need a plan. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do today. Take the time to make a plan. The second article today is one of the Miracle Morning ones. And I have been really enjoying this Miracle Morning routine that I have started recently. I've enjoyed the whole process of having silent time, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, scribing. And this Miracle Morning series on the blog is a combination of the exercise routine where I get up and go for a walk each morning, and the scribing where I write about the ideas that come to me that will help me in my business and hopefully help you in yours. Today, when you go to www.janinesworld.com, you will see a beautiful picture of just the sun in your eyes. I was walking down the street and I turned to look at oncoming traffic, and the sun was so bright I had to blink my eyes to keep from that glare from hurting my eyes. And the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that scene in front of me was This Little Light of Mine. You know that little kiddie song, This Little Light of Mine, I'm going to let it shine. Now, I'm not going to sing because my singing is nowhere near as good as my writing and my consulting. But we've all heard the song, This Little Light of Mine. And the sun was just so bright, and it made me think about how often we as entrepreneurs are told not to let our light shine. And I just don't like that idea. I mean, we are told to be humble. We're told not to brag. We're told it is bad to be egotistical. And while all of those things may be true, what we are not told often enough is that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. There are great and wonderful things about us that we should share with the world. The church girl in me knows that a woman is worthy of her hire. In other words, she deserves to be paid for the good work she does. Along with it, I believe that if you do good work, you should not be ashamed to let the world know. When you think of your work, your life as an entrepreneur, what do you bring to the world? Think about that for a second. What is it that you bring to the world? Let today be the day you start celebrating the good things that you do. Let today be a day where you share the wonderful and magnificent things about your business for the entire world to see. Early in my college career, I took this class. It was called Marketing 101. And in that class, we were taught to never badmouth the competition. The teacher told us that if you have to badmouth your competition, that means there's nothing good about yourself for you to share with potential customers. And I thought about that idea, and it made sense. We were taught that we should talk about FAB, and FAB stood for features, advantages, and benefits of our products. And the idea was that if you talked about the features, advantages, and benefits of your products and services, customers would want to get to know you better. And once they got to know you better, they'd begin to trust you. And when they trust you, then they're going to buy from you. Now, that's an old sales method, and I know many more have come along since then. But the bottom line is that even though that FAB idea is not big and revolutionary anymore, it still is important. When you're trying to get business, when you're trying to show what you have to the world, talk about your features, advantages, and benefits. Don't downgrade your competition. You don't even have to talk about your competition. If you talk about what you have to offer the world, all the many features of it, all the advantages, all the benefits, that's going to draw customers to you. It's going to make them want to see what you have to offer and how they can get some of that fab stuff you have to offer. Pun was intentional. And so that makes me realize, start as an entrepreneur. You don't have to be bold and braggy in a negative way to get customers. But it's okay to share the wonderful things you do. If you helped a client go from $0 to $100, talk about that. Let people know about that. That's something people want to see. People want to know what you've done for other people that you can do for them. Your customers, your prospects, they want to hear about the great and wonderful things you do because they want to know they made a good decision by picking you. Your business customers want to know that they were smart to pick you to give their business to opposed to anyone else in the world. So share those features, advantages, and benefits. Talk about how great and wonderful your business is. Be honest, be upfront, and be happy to share what you have to offer. It's a wonderful thing to give good service, to give good advice, to give good products. I am a person, I always say, I believe that everyone can succeed and be happy with the right encouragement, inspiration, and motivation. When I encourage, inspire, and motivate customers to be their best and to do better in whatever it is they're doing, I'm happy about that. I feel as though I've achieved my mission as an entrepreneur. So what are you doing that's achieving your mission as entrepreneur? What are you offering the world? What are you doing to make the lives of those around you better? When you know what that is and you can show that you've done it, show it. People like good stories. People are sick of turning on the news and only hearing bad things. So if you have something good, something positive to share that you're doing in your business, share it with the world. That also helps make the world a better place. That's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Today on the Blog. Check me out in a few minutes on IGTV, where I'll be giving you your confidence tip for the day. See you later, everybody.